So what's going on, everybody? It's the Monday show. We're about to dive into all of this week's biggest sneaker updates. We got Travis Scott preparing the launch of the T-Rexx, aka Jumpman Jack's, the big sneaker drop, which is about to shut everything down. We got Adidas, as it looks like they're going to be living up to their YEEZY Promise, as they did previously state that they own all the rights to the designs and that they plan to use them. So stay tuned for that one. Plus, the holidays are here. We got crime heating up, as it looks like some sneaker resellers have been exposed, as it looks like we got a whole bunch of pairs of the upcoming Jordan 11 Legend Blue, which actually have been confiscated by law enforcement. So you're not gonna wanna miss that one, guys. If you enjoy these updates, make sure you smash the like button down below. Plus, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. And to begin, we're gonna go ahead and start with Nike, which has been kind of a rough year for Nike. Many people have been like overly critical of their lack thereof innovation, which in my opinion, I feel like everybody's just too focused on their retro stuff or their high profile collaborations, where low key, Nike has been dropping some new silhouettes on us. It's just nobody's really paying attention, or maybe they're not pumping enough marketing dollars behind it. So we have an upcoming brand new release, a brand new model in the Nike Air Max Muse, which Nike's footwear team has focused on size, shape, texture, and air cushioning to craft a silhouette that elevates comfort and style to the next level. So as far as this model right here, to me, I feel like this one kind of has like a retro feel to it, but as far as the shape, definitely very futuristic. Same with the colorway right here. So this is a brand new model which Nike is looking to debut coming up here in December. This happens to actually be a women's exclusive release. So let me know, do you guys like the direction that Nike is taking it? So next up, we got a controversial one in the Concrete Boys Air Force One from Lil Yachty, which as far as this sneaker right here, we did see them finally launch over the weekend, which they did drop via Lil Yachty's website with a little raffle, and they also did include some clothing items, you know, to go alongside with the sneakers. Now, on top of the online drop, we did also see Nike do a little sneakers pass in Atlanta at Wish ATL, so I feel like that was a really cool way to do things. Yachty, he even pulled up to the festivities himself. So while this sneaker right here, some people would criticize them, saying they're a little bit too plain, I feel like they were definitely off to a rocky start with the whole Beamer Williams controversy. But in my opinion, Yachty pulling up to the event and everything like that really just shows his passion, and I feel like he's kind of turning the narrative around for this release right here, which did start off to a little bit rocky start, but I feel like Yachty kind of learned his lesson early on with this, which is a good thing. And I feel like as far as his future with Nike, I think things will be off to a great continued partnership. So let me know if you guys are rocking with these. If you're interested in picking these up, we will see a worldwide release coming up here on December 2nd, as these will be dropping via the sneakers app, coming in at a retail of $130. And speaking of Air Force Ones, we got some great pairs right here for Kobe fans, as we got to look here at the Nike Kobe Air Force Ones, which apparently were supposed to drop earlier this year, but now with the official images loaded to the back end of Nike servers, it looks like these joints are confirmed to be dropping up, coming up very soon here in December. Now, if you weren't feeling them little Yachty Air Force Ones, saying they were too plain, I don't know how you could like these right here, because again, you got a simple plain Air Force One, which in my opinion, I feel like when it comes down to Air Force Ones, keeping them simple and plain is the best way to go. So I feel like these joints right here are really nice. You got the white pair, which apparently is rumored to be more of a general release type of sneaker, whereas the black pair, which features some additional details, as well as that like Kobe logo embossed throughout the upper, almost in like a monogram type of print. That pair right here is the one that resellers, scalpers, they're gonna be going crazy for, because apparently the word is these are limited to just 8,000 pairs, and on top of that, they're actually numbered. So this should be a fun one for Kobe fans and just sneaker fans in general, because this is not a basketball sneaker, it's the Air Force One. Well, it's a retro basketball sneaker, but more of a lifestyle model. So I feel like this is a great one to look forward to, as it looks like the Kobe Air Force One is scheduled to hit the Nike sneakers app, as well as apparently select retailers, coming up December 6th for a retail of $150. So it looks like Nike will continue the Air Force One releases, as we got the return of a fan favorite right here in the Stash Air Force Ones, which Nike, they've teamed up with legendary graffiti artist Stash quite a few times in the past. Of course, in 2006, they did drop the iconic Stash Air Force One, as well as Air Max 95s. Two great takes on some of Nike's classic models. Both of these pairs did go on to become fan favorites. So even put all the hype and everything to the side, you got to admit this is just some great color blocking on two classic Nike models. So it is important to note that as far as the 2024 updates, there will be some slight design changes, but of course, both of these pairs will still maintain their same classic look. So this should be a fun one coming up in December. As far as the release, I would imagine Nike's probably going to be trying to preserve the hype on both of these pairs right here. So I wouldn't expect to see a normal sneakers app drop, but we'll probably expect to see like a sneakers pass for these. Maybe like some smaller boutique retailers will have these available. So again, this should be a fun one coming up here in December. Now we got some NBA updates, which this year we saw Nike debut the Ja 2, the latest signature model from NBA Grizzlies star Ja Morant, which according to Soul Retriever, it looks like they're already planning to drop the Ja 3, which apparently will be debuting coming up this July. Now, as far as the Ja 2, it almost feels like this sneaker had a short lifespan, but then again, you kind of got to think that the Ja 1 almost had an extended life cycle with the whole suspension and everything like that. But now Ja Morant, he's back on the court doing his thing. So it'll be interesting to see the direction that they take the Ja 3 in. I feel like the Ja 2, the release was kind of quiet compared to the Ja 1. Apparently, according to Soul Retriever, we will see a $10 increase on this model, bringing the retail price up to 130 bucks. So this will be a fun one. It will be interesting to see what design direction they decide to take this one in. Now, also, we got word that Trae Young, who I did previously report, he had a little rocky relationship going on with Adidas as their sneaker deal expired recently. Adidas canceled the release of the Trae Young 4. So it looks like he's actually going to be taking his talents over to Jordan Brand, which I feel like as far as for Jordan Brand, I guess it's cool for them to add another star to the roster. But let's be real, who is checking for Trae Young sneakers like that? So I feel like he maybe could have made an even bigger splash by taking his talents over to, like, let's say a brand such as Anta or something like that, maybe securing a bigger bag or something like that. But at the end of the day, that's all just speculation, as no details of this deal have officially been reported. So as far as Trae Young signing to Jordan Brand, it'll be interesting to see if he gets his own signature model or if he'll just continue to be rocking like them, like Team Jordans or the latest Jordan number release or whatever. Now, speaking of basketball, we're going to take things over to Adidas as we got the Fear of God Basketball 2, some release updates on this sneaker right here, which as far as this pair, it looks like these will officially be called Night and Brown, which I guess gives us a little more context to the official color, which apparently it does appear that these like are black, but I guess based off the color description, Night and Brown, these are going to be more of like a dark brown type of color, which is kind of interesting. Now, as far as Fear of God and Adidas partnership, let's just say things started off pretty rocky, or as far as the narrative, it's been pretty negative. I tried to kind of get on board, you know, with the whole movement early on as I paid full price buying into the Basketball 1 model. But honestly, since purchasing them joints, they've pretty much just been collecting dust. And so far, we've pretty much seen all of these Adidas Fear of God releases hitting the outlet. So as far as this next coming release, it feels like Jerry has got a lot of weight on his shoulders right here, as he even mentioned that the future success of this partnership would be riding on this release right here, which we got the high as well as the low pair dropping. And as far as the release details, it looks like these will be dropping coming up sometime in December. But as far as the big question, which I feel like everybody's waiting to hear what the retail will be on these, because I feel like the retail price on these is going to play a huge determining factor in the success of this release. So we'll see what this one's all about. And as I mentioned, Jerry said the success of this drop will depend on how well these sneakers sell. Now, for other Adidas basketball releases, we got some AE1s lined up to drop, which it looks like coming up this Friday. We have the new Iron Sharp color, which will be dropping coming up for Black Friday. Following that one up, we have the Blue Burst colorway, which is exactly what it sounds like. This will be the fun big holiday AE1 low release. And then coming up on January, we got a very fun one in the AE1 low, Year of the Snake, which is one of these colors which kind of changes depending on your lighting and everything like that. As far as the AE1, I feel like all of these are solid releases, but at the end of the day, was it really necessary? I feel like they may be dropping just a little bit too many AE1 colorways, as we got at least one pair lined up to release coming up for the next 3 months or so. And what happened to the AE1 high? I feel like I more so prefer the AE1 high over the low, but and at the end of the day, I guess it's your preference. So as far as the Anthony Edwards line, Adidas has big plans for this release, as it looks like they're just going to be continuing to pump out these colorways as fans anticipate the release of the AE2. Now, we also got a huge restock, which we saw hit the Adidas app. So you got a few different pairs of Bad Bunny signature sneakers available with a nice little discount. So for as far as your choosings, you got the Bad Bunny Campus, which originally came in at 160 bucks. You guys can now enjoy these for just $112. $112. You also have the Bad Bunny Last Campus, as well as the Bad Bunny CL Response, which come in at $112. So if you're ever wondering what happens to sneakers that don't sell out, well, right here is an example, as they just simply restock them a few months or years down the line with a discount. So if you guys are interested in checking any of these out, it looks like we got full size runs available, so act fast as supplies last. So I know this isn't the big Yeezy restock that many fans are anticipating or hoping that Adidas can squeeze out one last Yeezy restock. Well, if you're waiting on Yeezys, it looks like you have to wait no longer, as it looks like Adidas has just let us know that they have the Adidas Light Blaze Mock releasing soon. So if you guys were already thinking that these joints right here give off the look of a Yeezy foam runner, Adidas went ahead and plastered that MX splash on there just enough to like convince you exactly what direction they're looking to take things in, where they clearly are looking to use Yeezy designs, which if you guys recall previously, Adidas did state once the whole partnership was breaking up that they owned all of the rights to the designs and that they fully planned to use them. But then I guess a few months later on, their CEO came out saying that they wouldn't exactly be like retroing or using these Yeezy designs. So it looks like Adidas has made their stance clear that they're not going to be making exact one-to-one copies of previous past Yeezys, but it looks like they are using the Yeezy design language. So as far as these upcoming Light Blaze mocks, I don't know, now that Adidas and Ye are no longer, do you guys feel like this is going to be the next big hit that fans are going to be gravitating towards, or do you feel like people will disgrace these and look at these and say like how people look at Team Jordans when comparing them to mainline Jordan releases? And for today's main story, of course, it's the holiday season. We got crime heating up right now because we have reports coming out of Anaheim, California, in which it looks like law enforcement, they pulled over a U-Haul recently, which in the back it was discovered that they found over $200,000 worth of the upcoming Jordan 11 Legend Blue, this holiday's annual Jordan 11 release. Now, this wouldn't be the first time we've heard a report something of this nature, but again, it's just another example of all of the shady business going on behind the scenes, you know, here in the sneaker game, which of course we already have to deal with all of the backdoor shady activity going on, and then you also have organized criminals who are selling stolen goods as well. So as far as this report right here, according to CHP Border Division's cargo theft indication program, they had actually been tracking this U-Haul truck and then decided to pull them over on Friday, in which it looks like all of these Jordans have been confiscated. So as far as what's going on right here, how this will affect us here as consumers, as this was a whole bunch of pairs of this release, but to my idea, based off the rumors that we already know when it comes to these Jordan 11 releases, they mass produce them. There's gonna be so many pairs to go around that I don't think it'll really affect us as consumers as far as like the release being pushed back. But for example, this could be like, say, a entire region's allocation, or maybe like one specific big store's allocation right here. So as far as that specific area, shipments could be delayed, but as far as the grand scale, it's not going to really affect us here, but just gives you another example of the shady business going on, as you have organized criminals stealing sneakers, selling them just to keep this whole resale ecosystem pumping and alive right here. So as far as Nike, I don't know what they're gonna do. We're hearing so many reports of this happening that I feel like Nike has to make some type of changes to their whole shipping infrastructure, because again, another cargo theft reported, and this one is a huge one, you know, reported during the holiday season. Now, as far as sneaker releases to look forward to this week, I'm not even gonna lie, this week is pretty light, which is great because of course everybody's not looking to dish out thousands of dollars every week for the latest sneaker drop. So coming up on Saturday the 30th, we have the Jordan 1 Low Game Royal. This one right here is a solid addition to the Jordan 1 Low lineup, one that probably will go a little more underappreciated, under the radar or whatever. Now on Friday, as I did mention previously, we got a Black Friday drop in the AE1 Low Iron Sharp, which this is an interesting one, a pretty cool take on the AE1 Low. Now as far as this pair, if you guys aren't looking to wait until Friday, I am seeing a few different retailers who have already dropped these joints. And then of course the big one, which everybody's going to be excited for, we got the Travis Scott T-Rexx, aka Jumpman Jack, which will officially be hitting the sneakers app coming up tomorrow. So that should be a fun one. Of course, as you guys know, for the sneakers drop, these joints are going to be very limited. So if you're looking to secure a pair of these for retail, as I mentioned previously, you guys got to do the extra footwork. You got to enter as many raffles as possible. So I believe today we just saw Concepts go live, Kith, as well as Packers shoes. So a few more raffles. If you guys are looking to grab these, I'll be sure to link as many raffles as I could find in the description down below. So this is the big one. These joints have been delayed, but it seems like as far as the delays, that's only just further built up the hype and anticipation for this drop, which it feels like the excitement for this release right here is at an all-time high. So just want to wish everybody good luck trying to secure this week's most exciting, or I guess I should say most hype sneaker drop. So good luck on that one right there. Of course, I'll link everything down below for that one. That should be a fun release. And then lastly, before we bounce, I did want to mention the poll of the day, where I did actually ask you guys, as far as these Jordan 3 Black Cements, a classic Jordan brand release, how many pairs did you secure for Saturday's big drop? So out of about 1,000 votes, it looks like the majority of you guys coming in at 63% said none. And then for the second portion, we had 24% coming in at 1, and then 2+ at 12%. So it looks like the days of doubling and tripling up on these Jordan brand releases may be over. Well, at least for this audience, which as far as this sneaker, you guys already know this one was a huge hit, and I feel like Nike and Jordan brand did it the right way by making enough pairs for everybody, even for the people that wanted to double and triple up on it. But it seems like the audience right here, I guess all y'all care about is Yeezys, because it looks like most of you guys weren't really checking for this pair right here. So that was a little funny poll. Just wanted to mention that one right here. And as far as a little update to the channel, I just want to let you guys know that as far as the JA news, the daily news segments, that will no longer be happening as on the main channel. What I'm going to do is, do the news updates probably just once a week. I'm not sure of the specific date or whatever, but you guys can expect to see a longer news update like you saw today. So we're going to look to do the news updates like once a week here on the channel. Let me know what day you guys feel like I should do like a weekly summary of all the sneaker news updates. Comment that down below. I'm also going to continue to keep the sneaker reviews pumping here on this channel, and if there's any like major big updates or announcements or anything, you guys will get like a bonus video, during the week. But as far as the daily news updates, it won't exactly be stopping, but what I'm going to be doing is taking those over to my other channel, which is John Alexander TV. I always have it linked down below. If you guys want to continue to see the daily sneaker news updates, just head over to that channel. That's where I'm going to be doing that. And then we're going to reserve the main channel just for like a weekly news wrap up, as well as like big sneaker reviews and stuff like that. So just some updates happening here with the YouTube channel. If you guys want to keep up with my daily updates, I appreciate the support as always. Go ahead and subscribe up to the second channel at John Alexander TV. So that's going to be this week's big sneaker wrap up. Let me know what y'all think. Comment all of your favorite stories of the week. Let me know what sneakers you've picked up recently, and most importantly, if you guys enjoyed the update, help support the channel by smashing the like button down below. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'll be checking in with you guys here soon. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm JA, and I'm out, y'all. Love. Salute.